We are first introduced to Tony Stark, the billionaire playboy genius and CEO of Stark Industries, a company known for creating advanced weapons for the US military. Stark is arrogant, living a life of luxury, and seemingly indifferent to the consequences of his actions. During a trip to Afghanistan, where he's demonstrating his company's latest weapon, the Jericho missile, things take a dramatic turn. Tony's convoy is ambushed by a terrorist group known as the Ten Rings. During the attack, Stark is severely injured by a missile his own company produced, embedding shrapnel near his heart. He is captured by the Ten Rings and held in a cave where they demand he build a Jericho missile for them. But Tony has other plans. With the help of a fellow captive, Dr. Yinsen, Tony constructs a miniaturized arc reactor to keep the shrapnel from reaching his heart. Instead of building the missile as requested, Tony uses his intellect and resources to create something extraordinary, an armored suit. This prototype Iron Man suit helps him escape captivity, but at a great cost. Yinsen sacrifices his life to buy Tony time to finish the suit. Once Tony returns home, he's a changed man. Witnessing firsthand the destruction caused by his weapons, he decides to take responsibility for the damage his company has caused. In a press conference, he shocks the world by announcing that Stark Industries will no longer produce weapons. This decision puts him at odds with his business partner, Obadiah Stane. Determined to make things right, Tony begins refining his armor in secret. In his workshop, he creates the sleeker and more advanced Mark II and Mark III suits, improving the technology and capabilities with each version. It's during these scenes that we see the genius of Tony Stark fully on display. He's not just a man in a suit, he's the mind behind it. Meanwhile, we learn that Obadiah Stane, Tony's trusted second-in-command, has been orchestrating the sale of Stark's weapons to terrorist groups behind Tony's back. Stane feels betrayed by Tony's decision to stop weapon production and secretly plans to take over Stark Industries. In a shocking twist, it's revealed that Stane was responsible for Tony's kidnapping in the first place. Not satisfied with simply controlling the company, Stane takes things to the next level. He reverse engineers Tony's suit to create his own version of the armor, a massive and terrifying suit called the Iron Monger. This sets up the final confrontation between Tony and Stane. In an intense and action-packed finale, Tony, now fully embracing his role as Iron Man, faces off against Stane in the Iron Monger suit. Despite being outmatched in terms of raw power, Tony uses his intelligence and quick thinking to gain the upper hand. In a climactic moment, Tony overloads the Arc Reactor that powers Stark Industries to defeat Stane. With Stane defeated, Tony reclaims control of his company and his life. But in true Tony Stark fashion, he decides to do something no other superhero had done before. He publicly announces that he is Iron Man. This moment solidifies his character and marks a departure from the secretive identities of heroes past. And if that wasn't enough, the post-credit scene introduces a key figure who would become a cornerstone of the MCU, Nick Fury, played by Samuel L. Jackson. He informs Tony that he's not the only superhero in the world and teases something big, the Avengers initiative. This one line sent fans into a frenzy and paved the way for the interconnected universe we know and love today.